Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse takes Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy to many different universes, as the multiverse plot brings some major surprises. In this video, I will show you the key Spider-Men who appear in this new Spider-Verse film. Welcome to Nerd Insights, your channel for daily news about the Nerd Universe. It's important to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new updates. Earth 19999, MCU/Tom Holland's Spider-Man Universe. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is directly referenced as one of the Spider-Man universes in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. While it doesn't appear in the same way as other entries on the list, there's a specific mention worth noting. Miguel O'Hara brings the MCU and Tom Holland's Spider-Man into the multiverse of Across the Spider-Verse, referencing Doctor Strange and a nerd from Earth 19999. This line was included in promotional materials, sparking speculation that more MCU connections could be included. Although Tom Holland doesn't appear in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Donald Glover's Prowler makes a special appearance. Earth 65, Gwen Stacy's Universe. One of the main universes in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is Earth 65, the home of Gwen Stacy. The first film established that Gwen was from Earth 65 but didn't explore it beyond brief glimpses of her origin story. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse spends much more time in Gwen's universe, as she has a more significant role in the sequel. This includes the films beginning with an extended sequence in Earth 65 to explore what Gwen has been up to since her first multiverse travel. Gwen's universe in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is animated like a watercolor painting. Earth 1610, Miles Morales Universe. It's no surprise that Miles Morales' Earth 1610 is another prominent universe in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. The film takes a bit more time to bring the audience back to Brooklyn and show what Miles' life is like now, but the beginning of his story is set in Earth 1610. This includes his reunion with Gwen Stacy and his first encounter with the Spot. Although Miles spends a lot of time in other universes and Across the Spider-Verse after he sets off to find the Spider Society, Earth 1610 returns at the end of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Gwen goes there in an attempt to find Miles after he leaves the Spider Society HQ. Earth 688, Venoms Universe. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse also visits Venoms Universe, Earth 688, during a sequence. When the Spot begins exploring the extent of his multiverse traveling powers, he briefly ends up in Earth 688 at a familiar convenience store owned by Mrs. Chen. She makes a special appearance and interacts with the Spot, not bothering with his appearance after befriending Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock. This brings both Venom films, as well as Morbius, into the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse multiverse. However, Tom Hardy doesn't make a cameo appearance. Earth 131222, Lego Spider-Man Universe. One hilarious moment in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse includes a visit to Earth 131222, the Lego Spider-Man Universe. Animated similarly to popular fan-made Lego Spider-Man videos, the film shows Peter Parker from Earth 131222 after witnessing the Spot. He alerts Miguel O'Hara about the multiversal disturbance as a member of the Spider Society and is informed that he's one of their best agents. The scene even features J.K. Simmons voicing J. Jonah Jameson in Lego form. Earth 50, Universe of Pavitra Prabhakar. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse visits another universe through the introduction of Spider-Man India, Pavitra Prabhakar, known as Earth 50101. This Spider-Man universe makes an appearance in Across the Spider-Verse when Miles follows Gwen as she tracks down the Spot. The sequence mainly explores Mumbattan, a metropolis that combines Mumbai and Manhattan, as Miles, Gwen, and Pavitra track the Spot. While shown only briefly, Earth 50101 plays a crucial role in the story as Miles disrupts a canon event, creating a quantum hole that could destroy the entire universe. Earth 928, Spider Society HQ Universe. Another major Spider-Man universe in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is Earth 928, the Spider Society HQ Universe. This universe has a futuristic design compared to others, featuring flying cars, a rocket train to the moon, and more. It is the original universe of Miguel O'Hara and takes place in the year 2099. Miguel apparently returns to Nueva York in Earth 928 to start building the Spider Society after interrupting a canon event during his travels to another universe, which made him realize the importance of maintaining order in the multiverse. Unidentified Universe, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Viewers also briefly see Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe in Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse, during an explanation of canon events by Miguel O'Hara and the Spider Society. Footage from the Spider-Man trilogy is shown. The scenes include the death of Uncle Ben, Eddie Brock's transformation into Venom in Spider-Man 3, and more. Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse doesn't specifically mention the universe designation, so it's unknown if this multiverse would use the same Earth 96283 designation established by Marvel in the official handbook of the Marvel Universe A to Z Volume 1 from 2008. Unidentified Universe, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man universe is also shown in Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse during the canon events explanation sequence. Footage from the Amazing Spider-Man films is used, including the scene of Uncle Ben's death and Captain Stacy's death. The latter scene is prominently featured as it directly connects to Gwen's arc and signifies her father's impending death. Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse also doesn't confirm the movie's universe designation for this multiverse, but the Amazing Spider-Man films were previously referred to as Earth 120703. Earth 42, Prowler's Universe. A surprising twist occurs at the end of Spider-Man, Through the Spider-Verse when Miles Morales discovers that he has traveled to Earth 42 instead of Earth 1610. This happens when he leaves Earth 928 and the Spider Society program accidentally registers him as belonging to Earth 42 because the spider that bit him originally came from there. It takes Miles some time to realize the mistake, which leaves him in a universe where his father Jeff died, his uncle Aaron is still alive, and there is no Spider-Man. The biggest surprise of all is that Miles Morales of Earth 42 is the Prowler, turning to a life of crime after his father's death. Earth 616, Peter B. Parker's Universe. The final Spider-Man universe in Across the Spider-Verse is Earth 616, Peter B. Parker's Universe. It is briefly visited after he and Mayday return home from leaving the Spider Society. After Peter briefly reunites with Mary Jane, he is alerted to the fact that Gwen is not in her home. She comes to recruit him to join a new group of spider people who will travel through the multiverse to save Miles Morales and Spider-Man. Beyond the Spider-Verse, the scenes in Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse, mark the first time the franchise has ventured into Earth 616 outside of quick sequences connected to Peter B. Parker's origin and ending. Now, if you enjoyed this news update, please leave a like to help share this information with more people around the world. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest news. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next news update, take care.